Off camera, I completed the planning, and in Draw.io, if you tap Control J, it will zoom out your diagram, which lets you get a nice overview, which is also convenient for taking evidence screenshots. Having said that, we do want to have a little bit of a closer look. So at the top left-hand side, I'm going to choose to zoom back to 100%. And the most interesting thing here is that for my trumpet slide, I did remember to remove the sound icon and remove reference to the sound at the top. And we've got two slides at the end, which are a little bit special. Slide number 11 is our audience survey, which of course doesn't have any sound. And slide number 12 is where we're going to acknowledge our sources. And again, that doesn't have sound. If I tap Control J once again, you can see that I managed to line things up quite successfully. One useful tip is once you've got your slide set out, what you can do is select a given slide, right-click and group it. Once the slide has been grouped, it's a lot easier to move things around. You do, of course, need to be a little bit careful because if you drag from the edge, sometimes Draw.io likes to try and connect things with arrows. If you do need to edit something that has been grouped, you can once again right-click and then ungroup it. Another thing that you'll want to do is once you've got your completed plan, please go File, Export As, and choose to export it as a PNG. You've got quite a few options when it comes to exporting, one of which is to download, but another, of course, is to save it wherever you'd like. And it's quite a good idea to have a shorter file name than the planning template. And the main reason you want to do this is because whilst we're going to put a screenshot of our overview into our slideshow, we also need to provide the marker with the image and we can reference it on our slideshow. Now it's also a really good time to quickly go through the slideshow and just check that we have everything we need. So previously we showed our template choice. We do have a slide which tells us what we need to do for our planning. And once you've completed the planning, it's safe to delete this slide. When I created this video series, I actually forgot that I had a template choice slide already in the presentation. So we went ahead and made a new one. In the assessment, if you know the slide is here, you can save yourself a little bit of time. Our next step is to fill in the sources slide. We already know that when we create our slideshow, we're going to have a slide which has the content in the text file, including the text, sound effects, and images acknowledgements. So we can make our lives a lot easier in our presentation and just say that the text source is teacher supplied text, and the image and sound slides have also been provided by the teacher with the resources shown on the credit slide. One thing you will need to remember to do in the assessment is check that the text and images are appropriate and put in your audience. Having gone through the material, I know that the text and images are suitable for high school students, which means I can go ahead and use emoji to tick the box. In the next video, we're going to go ahead and start creating our presentation.